I started my personal journey, that was a long time ago, like 14, 15 plus years ago, when it started at the doctor's office. After about my fifth or sixth time there, I was convinced I had all sorts of things. A neighbor told me she had fibromyalgia and explained what the symptoms were. And so then obviously I had that. So I went to the doctor, I had fibromyalgia, and he's like, no, you don't have fibromyalgia. So then I'm like, okay. And I would subscribe to a bunch of health periodicals. And there was this one article I read, and it described all the symptoms. And I'm like, this is what I have. So I bring my magazine to the doctor, convinced this is what it is. And he's like, Lori, how old are you? And at the time I was in my 30s, and he's like, no one under 70 has ever been diagnosed with this. And then he started talking about emotional intelligence. And I was like, ooh, I see where this is going. So I decided at that point that I needed to start doing something before I wound up with a health condition brought on by the anxiety that I had about everything going on in my life. So instead of just dealing what I was going through each day with my small kids and with everything I had on my plate, I was trying to turn it into something I had in my body or mind, something that I couldn't control. So it was at that point that I started my spiritual journey to realize I do have control of what I experience in life and what comes into my body, my mind, my life. I have done everything. I think I'm certified in everything. I've taken every class. From Tony Robbins to I'm certified in hypnosis. I did it because I couldn't get enough of it. I wanted more. I wanted to learn more about me. I wanted to learn more about how to navigate life. I wanted to learn more about how to interact with people and be this really powerful version of me in reality. Because let's face it, it's hard sometimes. I mean, sometimes other people are difficult. So a lot of what I did was to figure out myself in all of that and what my role was in life and experiences with relationships and people. Doing it for themselves, just really saying, what is it I want to gain from this, and how can I use it to influence those around me? Not necessarily to help, but how can I be a better person, and through that influence the people I come in contact with. So what really helped me was when I identified that in teaching, I learned the most. Like, I can't find a class that inspires me anymore. I can't find a book that takes me where I haven't gone before. It's very rare for me to do that. But when I'm teaching somebody and I'm hearing their experiences and I'm applying it to everything going on in life, that's where I get my biggest ahas from, my biggest enlightenment and my learning from, is just sharing and interacting. I mean, don't you guys? It's in that exchange where you really explode and you really get excited and you're like, yes, we're doing this together. Yeah, that's what's cool. What I want people to know about me as a human and as a person is I see the good in everybody. I mean, I really see their power within them. And so when they don't, I feel that disconnect, and I feel this desire to show them. And I know I just can't say, look, here is you, see you the way I see you. And I know it's a process to get people there. And so as I'm helping people get there, and I'm seeing this realization come into their countenance and into their experience, I'm like, yes, that's how I see you. And so that's what's so exciting for me, is when people start seeing themselves the way I see them. So that's what I want. I want people to see themselves the way I see them.